No one's coming to save you. It's up to you to take responsibility, keep your head up, keep your eyes and ears open to the world around you so that you can invite new possibilities to come. It's Friday, November 15th. I got 15 miles to run today because it's the 15th of November. Doing Calendar Club for my 15th month, which is when you run the number of miles equal to the date of the month. I'm out here. I'm traveling this weekend back in my hometown of Northbrook, Illinois, suburb of Chicago. Behind me is an iconic water tower because, for those who know, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, this was the water tower that was used in the movie, and John Hughes, who's a writer, producer, director, he grew up in Northbrook, so there's a lot of movies like The Breakfast Club or 16 Candles, obviously Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This was part of that that movie. A lot of iconic shots from those movies were filmed in Northbrook. But I'm here. I got my sister's baby shower this weekend, and it's always challenging getting in miles deep in the month of Calendar Club. I know I'm only halfway in the month, and what's funny is I'm halfway in days because it's the 15th, but halfway in miles doesn't come until the 21st. So it's not that much of a inconvenience, but it does make it difficult when, you know, I gotta take 2.5-3 hours out of my day for each day for the next 3 days, and that's gonna only increase as I come back here in 2 weeks for Thanksgiving, and I'm running 26, 27, 28, 29 miles being home. You know, that's 6 hours I'm out spending when I'm home with family. So a little different. Here's the different view of the water tower. I got the train tracks right here. You can take this Metro all the way down to Union Station, which is super nice because when I come down or go down to meet some friends downtown, I'll just take the train. I'm at 3/4 of a mile right now, so it's a nice walk to the stop. Takes you all the way downtown, and from there it's like a block or two to the L, and you can get anywhere in the city on that thing. So I love taking this. It's a great way to not have to drive and spend a lot of money on transportation. So no one's coming to save you. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you a little story about my high school days. This spot that I'm in, I'm traveling back home for a family weekend here in the suburbs of Chicago, and this spot right here is where all the guys that I desperately wanted to be friends with would come and smoke and hang out. And I was always left out of that. No matter how much I tried, no matter how much I reached out, I was always met with silence, with non-response, unresponsiveness. And I remember that time of my life being so hard. I felt so alone. I felt like nobody cared about me. Realistically, I felt like if I just left this earth, nobody would care. I really felt like a victim. I felt like there was nothing that I could do, and that my circumstance was going to basically take me out. It wasn't until I got into running through college, because that feeling, that mindset, that victim mindset, that victim of circumstance, nobody likes me, nobody wants me around, that mindset carried with me into college. And I made some radical adjustments in how I approached friendship and life, and really trying to stand on my own 2 feet. But it wasn't until I got into running after college that I really learned to put 10 toes down. And through the process of running, and really what running represents to me which the takeaway for you could be is running is a way for me to rediscover who I am. It's a way for me to go towards goals where I'm forced to grow and change in the process, because if I don't, then I'll fail. And that process of going after a goal, the process of putting something that seems unattainable out there in the world for me to work towards, it allows me to grow as a human being, because it puts a mirror up to my life and where I'm at currently and says, who you are today is not good enough to accomplish this goal that you have. And in order to accomplish this goal, I must become better, whether that is mentally, physically, whether it's putting more miles on, getting in the weight room more, or just having a better relationship with myself. And that can come through journaling, like I talked about earlier, or it can come through faith and scripture, or it can come from just having a meditative practice where I am allowing to work through my emotions. And honestly, running does that for me. That last part, that working through emotions, when I'm out here, I can process things better. I can just think about how, man, this thing that I've been worrying about maybe isn't something that I need to put so much pressure on. But through that process, now I'm 27, I graduated in 2019 at 22 years old. So 5 years, and now I've gotten to this point where I come back here and I feel bad that I wasted so much time allowing other people to impact the way that I viewed myself, the way that I acted, the way that my emotional state was. It's like I spent so much time being sad with myself, being upset, when I could have spent that time actually just going inward and asking myself, are these people I actually want to spend time around? Are these situations something that I want to actually participate in? Or is it my desire to be a part of a group the thing that's ultimately driving me towards that, and me being left out is what's creating this undeniable attraction towards those people and those situations? And I think my greatest superpower, which running has taught me, is that being alone, going out and running, because running is as much as you can grab people to come out and run for you, more often than not, it's a solo endeavor. More often than not, you're gonna run alone than you are with other people. And that time is so valuable for introspection and self-discovery and viewing the world through a lens where you can actually think through things without having so much emotion attached to it. And I just look back and I'm like, man, you know, it sucks that I wasted so much time feeling sorry for myself. And I'm at the same time, I'm grateful that, you know, I'm 27 and I'm looking back and I've seen how much growth I've had. Like, I love spending time alone. I love spending time with other people. I have a great group of friends. I have a great group of people around me. I have a great relationship, but I still cherish these times when I get to run alone, or when I was working for Busy Cold Brew Coffee and going on these 7-week-long road trips, living out of a van, just doing everything alone, going to a brewery or going to see a music group or going to a comedy night. It was, keep it going, brother. It was something that, like, those moments allowed me to realize that you can go live a life. You can go live a life that is fully yours, and you don't need other people to do it. Now, I'm not advocating for just like never getting married, never having friends, just going off and doing your own thing. Because I think when you can find that place where you know who you are and know who you are in a really deep way, then you can start inviting the right people into your life, and then those moments become amplified. But don't allow people to dictate your happiness, your joy, and allowing you to see yourself in a negative light. I think all too often, like those days, those high school years where I'd allowed other people, I missed out on life. I missed out on so many experiences, so much joy, because I allowed other people to dictate my own self-image. And so that's why I advocate for running so much, because it is one of those things that, one, is hard. It's good for you, but it's hard. And it gives you time to reflect on who you are and who you want to be, and listen to great podcasts or great music, or just learn to enjoy time on your own. So if you're struggling, if you're in a time in your life where you feel overwhelmed or sad, or like you don't really fit in, and you feel yourself almost begging to be a part of people's lives, recognize that this too shall pass. And I know that's easier said than done, but recognize that your long-term growth, a life you could never even imagine living, is on the other side of you accepting that not everybody is for you and you're not for everybody. And you can either choose to spend your time in more agony and more pain and more sadness by continuing to try and get people to see you in a way they'll never see you. Let's be honest, they'll never see the real you. The sooner you can let those people go, you can let all of that go, the sooner you become closer with yourself and living the life that's ultimately meant for you. So I encourage you, start a practice like running, where in those moments when you feel most sad, when you feel most left out from the world, you can go out and start creating a world where you feel confident and loved and inspired to be a part of. And then you can start welcoming the right people into your life and into your world. So it's Friday. Have a blessed day. I'll see you all tomorrow.